There was so much action to cover that you can check out our Rumble for the Cup Rewind in its own episode linked in the cards. I'm Fraser Porter for North Wrestling, and this is the North Rewind for Slamfest. It was exactly 7 years, 7 months and 7 days since the first North match taking place in the Linskill Centre in North Shields, so it felt poetic to return on such an occasion for North's first show of 2024. Our first match was a meaty one with tag team semi-finalists Rampage Brown and Will KROOS taking on two-thirds of Yorkshire tough REECE and ROGAN. REECE is making his North in-ring debut after having to sit out of the tag team tournament due to an eye injury. Although eliminated from the tournament, REECE and ROGAN were keen to make an impression on the tag scene, and who better to make that impression against than the newly formed team of Rampage and KROOS. Before the bell even rang, the teams exchanged blows and a brawl ensued. REECE and ROGAN quickly isolated Will KROOS as the lesser experience of the newly formed team. This didn't work too well in REECE and ROGAN's favour, as Will's strength overpowered the team and was able to tag Rampage in. With a hard-hitting back and forth match, REECE and ROGAN showed no signs of backing down, REECE receiving a senton from Will and thunderous shots from Rampage. With the tag, ROGAN got a few licks in on Rampage and a cutter on KROOS, but was unable to outsmart the duo, with KROOS delivering a powerbomb followed by a devastating crucifixion to get the pin. Rampage and KROOS are heading in strong to the next round of the NCL Tag Team Tournament, a three-way semi-final with their opponents yet to be drawn. We can see the tag team have eyes on some tag team gold, with both Rampage and KROOS gesturing they are heading for the titles currently held by the Lycos Gym. Up next, we saw TNA's Joe Hendry take on Bad Boy Gym Gang's damn dirty dog, Gene Money. Being cheered by the crowd, Gene was insistent that he really is a bad boy and did not want to get into trouble contractually or with the Lycos Gym because the crowd, well, they weren't booing him.
Stop cheering for me, the Lycos boys are going to be living!
This isn't a first-time encounter for the two. Money and Hendry have faced off before, with Money taking a few victories over the Commonwealth wrestler Hendry. This is, however, the first time they have clashed in a North ring. The match started out with Hendry grappling Money. Hendry had the upper hand throughout the match before Money took flight outside the ring, trading chops before Gene resorted to his bad boy ways with an eye poke and sending Hendry into the ringside barricade. Sending Hendry back into the ring, Gene only got a 2 count. He attempted multiple Lycos-esque brainbusters, but his efforts were thwarted by Joe, taking him down with a Hurricane Rana before a monstrous fall-away slam. At this point, Money turned his luck around while referee Rich Swift was down, using his dastardly dick kick and a huge splash from the top rope. Money was proving he really was a bad boy through the match, but was no match for Joe's standing ovation. I caught up with Gene after the match to discuss the defeat, his recent victory over the Grizzled Young Vets, some digestive issues, and his tiny little broken heart. Unsuccessful tonight against Joe Hendry. You tried to cheat, but it didn't quite work out. Now, last month you didn't cheat and you got a win over the Grizzled Young Veterans. So what's your thoughts after that out there?
Ducks. Right.
Ducks.
I've never lost to Joe Hendry before. I've wrestled him not just in North, I've wrestled him lots of places, and I've never lost to Joe Hendry before. And it broke my tiny little heart tonight. See, I went out tonight and all the boys and all the girls were blowing me kisses and telling me I was special. And I said, no, the Lycos boys wouldn't like that. The Bad Boy Gym Gang wouldn't like that. No, because Gene's a bad dog here. And I went out and I tried to be the baggest dog I could be. See, like, I didn't do that with the Grizzled Young Vets. I got a pin over the Grizzled Young Vets. Me, I did it. And then they put me over on Twitter. I beat them, and then they were like, Gene Money's great. How good's that? And then I went up. I did what the Bad Boy Gym Gang told me to do, and I kicked Joe Hendry in his sweet plum meat. And I still lost. Something's don't feel right. Something's a bit wrong in my tummy. And I've pooed so much. There's nothing left in there. And something's wrong. And I lost. which means I don't get as much money because that's how wrestling works. But Michael Speedball Bailey's there and he's in a Gene Money t-shirt. I think you should look at it and then we'll quit the promo. But I'm leaving.
Up next, we saw a match that was set up at, once again, it's all caps in December. Postmodern 21st Century Sick Boys versus the Landed Gentry and Ace Matthews. Natalie Sykes stepped up, taking the lead in the match to an arrogant Zio Knox. Not one to be taken lightly, Natalie chopped up a storm on Zio before handing the reins over to the Postmodern Sick Boys Liam and Rory. Things did not stay civil for long when Landed Gentry tried to use their underhanded tactics. Unfortunately for them, it did not work out, with 21st Century Postmodern Sick Boys all landing simultaneous atomic drops on the Landed Gentry and Ace Matthews, followed by some swift kicks up the backsides. The closing moments of the match saw Landed Gentry and Ace try everything to win, including a mallet and a chair. In typical Gentry fashion, the shenanigans backfired, leaving Sykes to pick up the win for her team with a big cutter on Ace Matthews. The Postmodern Sick Boys have their next match in the semi-finals of the tag team tournament, and Natalie Sykes is also awaiting her semi-final spot with her tag partner, Session Moth Martina. Our next contest saw the beloved NCL Cup 2023 winner RHIO against newcomer to North, EMERSYN JAYNE. EMERSYN made her debut in December against man like REECE and proved she is not one to be underestimated. EMERSYN in fact won Debut of the Year in the North End of Year Awards, as voted for by the North faithful. While EMERSYN is hot off a return from the US in a deathmatch tournament, it was clear she brought back some scars. Emotionally, RHIO was still frustrated from her only loss since December 2021 to Leon Slater at, once again, it's all caps. The ladies locked up, countering each other, with EMERSYN trying for a quick pin. It was a very even match, neither competitor wanting to give their opponent an edge. Both taking dives to the outside, EMERSYN continued her offense with a dropkick from the top rope, a sliding German suplex, and a Spanish fly, but failed to get the best of RHIO, who used her package piledriver on the apron, followed by another in-ring to seal the deal on a 3 count. With both women continuing to impress at North, it will be interesting to see what 2024 holds in store for them. In the main event of the evening, we saw the highly anticipated match between North champion Leon Slater and challenger Speedball Mike Bailey. Facing once before, Leon made mention that he is not the same 17-year-old that was left crying in the ring at York Hall, and this was evident to see. Following his meteoric rise to the top of the North ladder, Leon is not shy about how confident he is in his ability. Bailey quickly realised that this was a different Leon Slater, as he was taken aback at the start of the match after a dropkick took him out early on. It wasn't long before Speedball went on the offense with a huge triangle moonsault, followed by vicious kicks to Leon, really wearing out the lungs and chest of the young champ. In a match that was 50-50 throughout, the crowd, not knowing who to chant for, led the North faithful to stop picking sides and opted to chant for both these guys. Speedball pushed the youngest in charge to his limit, but after rapid back and forth, Leon managed to get Bailey on the mat long enough to hit the Swanton 450 for a 3 count. With many describing the encounter as an early match of the year contender, it was clear those in attendance agreed, with both men receiving a standing ovation. If you haven't already, make sure you check it out. You can watch the full match for free here on the North Wrestling YouTube channel. But the night wasn't over there. Post-match, Leon reiterated his intention to stay the North Wrestling Champion, as no one was on his level. Speedball had some words of wisdom for the champ before a new challenger came to play. Let's take a look at what happened.
I'll see you February 10th, Michael.
And that was Slamfest. You can next see North on the 10th of February back at Anarchy Brewery for All Roads Lead North. Your main event of the evening will see champion Leon Slater defending his title against Michael Oku. And it is confirmed that one of your semi-finals tag team tournament matches will take place, with teams still to be determined. Tickets are available at northwrestling.co.uk, and don't forget to keep up with our social medias, all linked below for further announcements. That was the North Rewind.